some Miami hotels. Also, simultaneously, we see Diddy go to New York. We haven't seen Diddy in New York without him being on a press run in years. We also see that house he had in Homely Hills in LA. It's officially like the realtors are taking care of that. I said I don't want to say the end is near, but essentially the end is near. I felt the decision from the grand jury was going to be very near. And I said within the month, unfortunately, I was right 5-6 days afterwards. We're hearing this. We're getting some details that he was arrested in the lobby of an expensive high-rise, New York high-rise. And by the way, Chad, I'll show you guys this afterwards, but the U.S. attorney is saying that the indictment they plan to unseal in the morning. Myron, what are your thoughts about all this?
I mean, there's a lot to unpack there, man. So what do you want to go into in particular as far as this case? Because this is a very complex situation with this overall investigation. What do you want to go into particularly?
Perfect. So, I keep hearing this a lot, that people are like, why didn't he run? Why didn't blah, blah, blah? What, like, in a situation where, like, just, go back to your HSI days, you know what I mean? And if you guys are monitoring or had an active investigation / grand jury proceeding on a high profile target, how would that have taken place? And then how would potentially an arrest look like?
Okay, sure. So I think the number one thing here to keep note of is Diddy was cooperating with the authorities, right? Like his attorneys were pretty much talking to the United States Attorney's Office the whole time, trying to, hey, look, he's going to be traveling here, he's going to do this, etc. And I think the reason why he did that was he understood that indictment is imminent. He's going to get arrested at some point, and he looks at it like, look, the charges are coming down. We probably know what they're going to do, and we can talk about that next. So he's looking at it like, I need to be out on bond to fight this case, right? I don't want to be, in jail during the proceedings. So he wants to be out on bond. So I think the way his team angled it was they're going to be cooperative. Anytime you travel, they let him know, etc. Hey, we're intending to do this. We're intending to do that. Hey, a matter of fact, I'm going to be in New York so I can be close to you guys, because it's HSI New York that did this in the Southern District of New York, which is one of the most aggressive prosecutorial offices in the country.
By the way, are they, I don't know how they score efficiency, but like it feels like that they almost get the most amount of cases or high profile cases.
They get some of the most high profile cases. They were responsible for indicting the mafia in the 1980s, right? With Paul Castellano and these guys back in the day, John Gotti, they went after them. Rudy Giuliani famously went after them. They did the 6ix9ine case. They did the Casanova case. A lot of the big hip hop cases out of New York get indicted out of Southern District of New York. So it's a big district, and they're one of the most aggressive at USA's offices, one of the most prestigious. So he's like, look, I know the indictments are coming down. I'm going to go ahead and cooperate, and I'm going to put myself in New York. So if you guys have access to me, any questions, etc. And obviously they indicted him, and he was right there. So I think the play from his legal team was, hey, we're going to make a case that when indictments do come down, when we go to your initial appearance and we try to get bond, they're going to give you out on bond because you have already shown that you're not a flight risk. The two biggest things that they look for whenever you're doing your bond hearing are you a danger to the community, and are you a flight risk? Obviously, by him saying, yo, I'm cooperating and I'm doing whatever, he's going to probably surrender his passport. He's not going to be a flight risk. And then as far as like a danger to community, he can make the argument, I'm not a danger to the community, etc. So more than likely, I predict he's probably going to get bond, which is why he's been so cooperative in the first place. And him and his legal team have probably been coordinating with the United States Attorney's Office.
Okay. All right. So, still a million things to unpack. First of all,